March 3rd. It's about 9:25, and I just arrived at the Greenyard Habitat. It's about 48 degrees outside, and the ambient temperature on the inside is 57 degrees. Uh, my first goal was to observe any activity. At that temperature, we're probably not going to see a whole lot. For example, the flowers really haven't bloomed yet this morning, so that's an indicator also. And I made sure our nutrient supplies and water were recharged, which is good. There's a very delightful fragrance in the greenhouse. Nothing a lot has changed. Maybe it's because of the time of day. The few bees that I did notice yesterday that seemed to be a little bit active and appeared to be male, again, no activity, so they may have expired, but there's no activity on these flowers yet. I'm going to come back a little later this morning when the temperature rises. I've also checked the activity on the trees outside, like the brook myrtle and the soon to bloom orange trees, and I see no activity there yet. So that's where we're at right now. It's probably just a little too cool right now for us to get any good activity. But again, it's 48 degrees outside of the greenhouse. It's 57 degrees, just a little too cool. I'll come back a little later this morning. March 3rd, I arrived at your greenhouse at 12:10 Mountain Standard Time. I first wanted to check the activity around the houses and the bushes. The temperature is in the mid 60s on the outside. I've not got into the greenhouse yet, but you can see it's 86 degrees in the greenhouse. So I'll go in there. There's a lot of bee activity on the Cape Myrtle and on your lemon tree, which is good. So things warmed up. Things warmed up. So I'm going to go in here and just check the status of things, see how things are, see if we see any activity. The flowers have fully opened that were closed earlier on the right side. I don't see any activity yet of any bees on the rocks or the mud, although I'll put a little bit more water there. But I think there's sufficient water there. I'll check the houses in a little bit more detail here shortly, but I don't see any activity on the right side. Going over here. Again, a wonderful fragrance in here, but I don't see any activity on the foliage or the ground material, and I don't see any activity in the cocoon box. As we discussed, Jim, I think what I will do is I'll clean this out later today, and we'll refresh this with another group of cocoons. I'll put them out tomorrow morning when it's cool, and we'll see what happens. Okay, and again, just taking another look at these flowers here. Frankly, I don't see any bee activity at all in the greenhouse. Now, that may change as the day goes on. Again, we have that one plug very clearly seen third one up to the left. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But again, the temperature is at 86 degrees, and it's plenty warm in here. I'm not seeing any activity. So for this recording, we'll leave it at that for now.